Hello everyone. So here I am on the desktop of MX Linux. I just loaded this a few minutes ago. I installed OBS Studio to record all this, but other than that, this is a fresh install. I wanted to try MX Linux because, well, I've never tried it. I've seen it mentioned often enough, and I know it's near the top or at the top of the DistroWatch popularity lists, and it's been there for years, so I just wanted to give it a try. It's a Debian-based, community-run distribution. I didn't show the installer process because this is my actual hardware, and I don't have a video capture card, so it's difficult to record the installation. Installation is pretty straightforward. It's good in that you have a kind of running dialogue along the side panel in the installer, and it explains in some detail what's actually going on, which is helpful. Even so, I wouldn't say, and this is just purely based on first impressions, I wouldn't describe this as a beginner distro, only because there's a lot of details both, in the installation and, for example, in the package manager that someone new to Linux might find a wee bit daunting. Let's take a look at the package manager, in fact. The only thing I've really done is change the scaling a little bit and, like I said, installed OBS Studio. So let's go to the package installer, and it's a very straightforward layout, quite clear. As you can see here, you get your popular applications, you get your backports and so on. You can actually set up a bunch of stuff in here in one place, which can be a time saver. You get the MX test repo, Debian backports. It's all quite, comprehensive and laid out nicely. But like I say, this might be a little much for someone who's new to Linux, for example, with all the choices you have here. I personally like the level of choice and customization, so don't misunderstand. So let me go ahead and install some more apps, and we'll check back a little later, and we'll see how things are working. I want to particularly see how Kdenlive works. I had a slight issue with Kdenlive on the last XFCE desktop that I used, so we'll see if this does anything different. So if I didn't mention it already, this is the XFCE desktop, which I believe is the sort of flagship desktop for MX Linux. And as I said, I'm going to go ahead and install some more apps and we'll see how it goes. Back again. I have several of my apps installed on the system and made a few more configuration changes. Just things like the touchpad scroll direction and the click behavior, little personalization things. All the settings were easy to find and worked as expected. MX Linux XFCE version comes with an older Debian stable kernel for most systems, version 6.12 I believe. If you have a more recent system, there is also an advanced hardware support release for newer hardware with newer kernel, graphics drivers and firmware. I just chose the default older version as I have a ThinkPad from a few years ago. During install, you can also pick from sysv init or systemd. I tossed a coin and chose systemd. RAM usage after startup was around 1.1 to 1.2 gigs, even with the desktop Conky running, which is good. You do have access to several terminals and a couple of package managers, the MX one we already saw and the Synaptic package manager. FastFetch is already installed, as it is uncomplicated firewall, and the firewall is on by default. Good stuff. Nice, creature comforts there. Another thing I very much admire, and I've seen something similar in a few other modern distros, is the concept of a centralized configuration tool. In this case, it's called MX Tools, and it allows you to configure a wide range of system settings from a single location. I like this sort of thing quite a bit. You still have the freedom to tinker away with the system on your own, but you also have the option to use the GUI tools provided in MX Tools. Nice. I installed my Cloud Drive app via AppImage and also installed Audacity, Kdenlive, and Remina, all via Flatpak. For anyone out there that doesn't like Flatpak, I just find that for the few core apps I use, Flatpak seem to work a bit more consistently across distros. Overall, I don't mind the left-mounted panel, which is reminiscent of Ubuntu. I could change it, but I just left it for now at least. I suppose the idea is to make better use of the wider screens we have these days, and it's not a huge adjustment to my workflow. Anyway, I'll check back in a day or so, and we'll see how MX Linux is in day-to-day use. After a couple of days' use, MX Linux XFCE hits a sweet spot for me as a solid, fast daily driver built on a dependable Debian foundation. Its standout feature is probably the MX Tools ecosystem, a suite of graphical utilities like the NVIDIA Driver Installer, and the much talked about MX Snapshot tool, which lets you easily clone your customized system onto a bootable ISO, which seems like a good idea. It delivers great performance and low resource usage, and also it offers advanced hardware support, AHS for modern components. So it's a bit of a workhorse for anyone who appreciates, functionality and speed. Conversely, it isn't quite as hand-holding out of the box as distros like Linux Mint, if that's, what you're looking for. The default visual presentation tends to look a bit dated and utilitarian. It's got the signature Conky desktop display and might require a little manual tweaking to look a bit more modern. Lastly, while it's well documented, navigating traditional XFCE menus and settings assumes users have a bit of technical curiosity rather than purely a plug-and-play mindset. Those are not meant as complaints, just observations. So all in all, pretty happy with MX Linux XFCE edition. No complaints from my end. Hey, if you got something out of this video, please consider liking and subscribing. And remember, be excellent to each other.